Hi everyone, it's Drew again. Here I am out on the trail walking again this morning, just doing my morning meditation, thinking about everything, thinking about what's important for me right now, and thinking a lot about, again, that theme of stepping into your calling, stepping into your life's purpose, stepping up to accept that order that has been placed on your life for you to be of service to humanity in some way, and how that can bring to the surface all kinds of fears and anxieties just because of the untruths that we tell ourselves about why we can't achieve things. And one of the things that I know is true, particularly about being called to a life of service, being called to do something, and knowing it, I just know I know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. The thing that is also true is that in situations like those, you either have all of the tools that you need, all of the skills that you need to be successful, or those things have been made available to you by Spirit, by God, by the universe, whoever you would call, that thing that is so much greater than yourself, that has put that calling on your life. So everything is available to you, or you have those skills already. But there's something about the stories that we tell ourselves to talk ourselves out of doing things that is just, it's incredible to me that we can make things up to invalidate our skill set, to validate why we can't do something, even though we know that order has been placed on our lives. And that's true for all of us. That's true for me, certainly, and certainly within the last couple of years, just acknowledging some of those lies that I've told myself about why I can't do the things that I know I've been called to do. So, what do you do about that? What do you do when you've been called to a life of service? You've been called to do something specific with your life, to help people, and you tell yourself all kinds of untruths to justify why you haven't taken action yet, or why you feel that you can't take action. What do you do? I was talking to my spiritual twin a couple of days ago, and we were kind of talking about this very thing, about being called to action, and about what that means for what that meant for us, and what that means for us. For me, in my life, at this stage of my life, it certainly means that there's nothing else for me. I have explored so many different avenues and opportunities, and I've experienced so much. And I just know that at this stage of my life, the only thing left for me is to fulfill my life purpose, is to do what Spirit has put me on this earth to do. So I have no choice. But over the years, I've told myself so many stories about why I can't do it. I'm too busy, or I'm not going to make any money doing that. I'm not going to be able to contribute to the household, and this and that story, and this and that story, none of which are true, and none of which I can prove anyway. But when we're called to a life of service, it's such a huge responsibility, and sometimes such a daunting task, that we do come up with those excuses. But for me, I know also that there is no other option. So when life backs you into a corner, what are you going to do? I feel like I'm in the corner right now, or I was in the corner, and what choices do I have? I can stay there, or I can fight my way out of that corner and move forward. And in one of my previous videos, I talked about how to do that, which is by taking a series of small steps to move into action and to generate that action energy that gives you the motivation and actually the energy to take successive steps and move forward. So I've been doing that. I've been generating that action energy and moving forward and moving myself out of the corner. But for so many of us, for so many people, that's just not happening, and you become so overwhelmed by fear, and the fear of actually starting to do the work to achieve this goal or this life purpose, that you get backed into a corner and you become paralyzed and you can't move. And as I was talking to my spiritual twin, one of the things that I thought about was this military phrase called marking time. And although the military don't use it to describe what I'm about to talk about, it's very, very appropriate. So in the military, when they say mark time to a soldier, that means that a soldier who is marching is now to stand in place and march in place. So if you were moving forward marching, you're now to stand in place and march in place, not moving forward anymore. Still expending energy, but not moving forward. And I really, really thought that is so appropriate to describe what happens when we become overwhelmed and paralyzed and put in a corner. We're marking time. We're marching in place, not moving forward, expending energy every day to get about life, but we are not moving forward. And so, I just felt that I had to talk about that today, just because there are so many people who are just marking time in life and don't know how to get out of the corner that they're paralyzed in. And the way to get out is to take one small step. One small step is movement. One small step generates that action energy and gives you the energy to take another step, so that you move from this place of inaction and you move from this place of marking time in your life to a place of actually taking action and generating this action energy so that you can move forward to achieve this life purpose that has been placed on your life. So if you're one of those people who right now, in this very moment, acknowledges or can acknowledge that you're marking time in your life, will you take one step? One small step, not some huge action that you feel you have to take to feel worthy of this goal that you know is part of your life, but one small step. One small action that's going to move you out of that corner and generate the energy needed to keep moving you forward. And then tomorrow you take another step. And the day after you take another step, until you've generated enough energy that you can take bigger steps. So go ahead, move from that state of paralysis, move from that corner, move from that position of marking time into moving forwards again and taking action.